I lay on my back. The earth was perfectly still, and the white ceiling above me had been untouched by any natural disaster. My head spun. What the... I pushed myself to my elbows and glanced around the quiet exhibit hall. 5 bodies lay sprawled on the floor beside me. The next room was pristine, as if it hadn't been burning just moments ago. I was so confused that I could hardly process the images in front of me. The sound of clapping reached my ears. My head snapped in the direction of the opposite doorway just as a woman in a black dress stepped through it. "Well done, Ray," she said. "I'm impressed." Reality came crashing down on me. It took my breath away, and not because I was upset. I was beyond relieved. It wasn't real. None of it. Tears sprang to my eyes. Beside me, everyone else began to wake. Ven sat up. Though confusion filled his eyes, they were full of life. Happiness swept through me and consumed the very core of my soul. I sprang to my feet and tackled Ven with a hug. "You're okay!" He squeezed me back so hard I thought he might crack a rib, but I didn't care. I just wanted to feel his arms around me. He nuzzled his face in my hair. "Of course I'm okay. I thought I'd lost you." "Me?" I drew away in surprise. "Yes," he said, tears brimming his eyes. "The ceiling collapsed on you. It felt so real." I bit down hard on my lower lip and shook my head. "In my version, you were the one who died. All of you except Sandra." Then pushed my hair out of my face and stared longingly into my eyes. My heart cartwheeled around in my chest under his gaze. "So, that thing you said about my sister?" I asked. "It wasn't true?" Ven's brow furrowed. "What thing?" "Thank God!" I whirled around, shooting daggers at Genevieve. "What did you do to us?" She smiled and stepped further into the room. Her heels clicked against the tile. "Relax. You did exceptional." "That was a nasty-ass prank," Tegan bit from behind me. Sandra stood and spoke calmly. "It was a test." Genevieve stopped in the middle of the room and crossed her hands in front of her. She smiled a knowing smile. I glanced between Sandra and Genevieve. "You knew." "It wasn't a question." Sandra nodded, never tearing her gaze from Genevieve. I suspected something wasn't right, but I didn't realize Genevieve was behind it. I tried to tell you, but when you didn't hear me out, I figured the best thing to do was go with it. The vision wasn't going to end until we destroyed the artifact. Ryland helped Fiona to her feet and pulled her into a hug. It was like watching ghosts. The vision had felt so real. "Precisely," Genevieve confirmed. "At some point, our visions must have diverged, showing us each our worst fears," Sandra theorized as Ven and I stood. Ryland leveled his gaze on Genevieve. "You better have a damn good excuse for doing this. That was beyond cruel." Genevieve pursed her lips. "I may break the rules every once in a while, but I am not cruel. Not without purpose, at least." Fiona crossed her arms. Even she wasn't taking any of this shit. "So why exactly did you have to make us watch everyone we love die?" "To test you," Genevieve said simply. "Test us for what?" Tegan demanded. "You already know what we're capable of." Genevieve shook her head. "The wise owl is a very delicate artifact. It requires much more than experience to get to. I had to know if your team was capable. If you couldn't make it through this, you'd never make it through the real thing."